My son's text was one word: help. By the time I called back, his voice was gone. A stranger answered. The laugh was jagged, like glass scraping metal. "Your boy is with us now." The line cut. I didn't think. I traced the number, every keystroke precise, detached, as if I'd rehearsed this moment. An abandoned warehouse blinked back on my screen. When I kicked the door open, he was there, sitting on a chair too calmly, eyes swollen from tears. His voice was small, broken at the edges. "Dad, I'm sorry. They made me do it." That's when I felt it, heat against my chest. A red dot. My pulse slowed. Not fear, calculation. Who was they, and why did my son sound like the apology wasn't for them, but for me? I told myself not to panic. Panic is noise. Noise gets you killed. But the word sorry played in loops inside my head. Sorry for what? He wouldn't look at me. His hands shook, but not from being tied, because he wasn't tied at all. His wrists were free. I asked nothing. Questions reveal weakness. Instead, I catalogued. The scuff marks on the floor. The faint smell of gun oil. A shadow above the rafters. Someone else was here, watching. And still, my son wouldn't look at me. That was the first betrayal. Not the strangers, not the warehouse. The silence between father and son. The gap that shouldn't exist, but did. I walked out alive that night only because the dot disappeared as quickly as it came. A warning, not a bullet. They wanted me to leave confused, raw. It worked. But confusion hardens into obsession. The days after blurred into careful rituals. Work by daylight, obsession by night. Phone records, my son's text logs. Deleted messages resurrected with quiet persistence. Patterns emerged. Numbers I didn't recognize. Cash withdrawals at odd hours. A new group he'd been circling. One that lived in shadows, feeding on boys who wanted belonging. I didn't confront him, not yet. I became the actor in my own home. Calm smile. Slow nods. Polite dinners where I asked about school while he lied with practiced ease. Inside, I dissected every detail. His shoes, too clean for where he claimed he'd been. The way he avoided my eyes when the doorbell rang. Trust eroded quietly, like rot under paint. And beneath the rot, a question spread. Had he lured me there that night? Was I the target, not him? I swallowed that thought each time it rose. But thoughts are like knives. They find their way to the surface. The evidence came in fragments. A recovered video file. Grainy footage of the warehouse. My son, my blood, standing beside the man who answered my call. Not captive, not coerced. Smiling. I watched it again and again, numbness hardening into clarity. The apology he whispered wasn't for being forced. It was for choosing, for betraying. I didn't storm into his room. I didn't scream. I simply placed the tablet on the dinner table that night, hit play, and let silence do the rest. He froze. His fork clattered to the plate. Dad. That single word carried fear now. Not of them, of me. I said nothing. My silence crushed him better than rage ever could. The men behind him wanted leverage. They wanted my mind, my work, the fragments of security I still controlled. They sent my son as bait. But they underestimated what silence can do to a boy raised by a man like me. I didn't fight them directly. I erased them the way they tried to erase me. Financial records handed anonymously to the police. Anonymous tips rerouted through 3 continents. A quiet collapse of their network. And my son? He watched it unravel, powerless to stop it. He tried apologies again, tried to explain, tears, trembling, all the theater of remorse. I only looked at him once, when their empire crumbled to ash, and said the only words I would ever give him. You chose. The house is quiet now. His room is empty. He left without a word, perhaps searching for another family to belong to, one that won't see through him. I don't chase him. I don't grieve. Blood doesn't guarantee loyalty. What I feel isn't hatred, not even sadness, only clarity. He wanted me to be the victim. Instead, I became the mirror. And in that mirror, he saw what betrayal truly looks like when reflected back cold and unflinching. The final truth is simple. I didn't lose a son. He lost a father. And some debts are never forgiven.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.